Let's do it. Let's have a look at your macros first, man.
Sure. So last week wasn't the great.
Last week wasn't the greatest.
Yeah,
Yep.
this week.
Okay, so this is last week.
Yeah,
This is this week, so it's about the same amount.
yeah.
Full stops, SR pullback. Direction? Where's your direction?
I'm not adding
You're
direction
not
yet.
actually in direction?
This was a short.
Because, like, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losers in a row. That's pretty full on. We can't be up at that level.
Yeah.
And these are reduced stops, are they? Or they're full
Yeah,
stops?
they are, but still pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty big. I mean, that's about where you want to be. So your win loss ratio is just wrong, on the wrong side. But anyway, let's have a look. Okay, so why the reason for you going short on this one? Is this the start? Is this the first one? Here?
Yeah,
This one?
Yeah,
This one?
yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. Remember our story? First touch.
Yeah.
First. Because if it's second or third, in this case, this is third, right? The third touch is the weakest. Anything after second touch is just weak. Okay? Because you're already in an uptrend, right? You're moving upwards. Your SR is SR is this top here, I'm assuming. Yeah, is that top there? That top there? Okay, so that's SR. I'd be more inclined to be calling, this here is SR because that's an extreme top, right? I mean, this is SR, so there's certainly, no doubt about it. I mean, you can argue it. But if you're going to trade SR like that, this needs to be over here. Yep. First touch. Yep. And then soon as now it's gone halfway to your target. Yep. You can reduce it. I mean, this is now divergence in here. But, that's gone halfway to the target. I mean, it's pretty unlikely that it's going to come straight back, right? I mean, that might be a bit ambitious. I'd probably take it to this last SR in here, from that SR to this SR. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that is a bullish candle in there. Yep.
Yeah.
But first touch. Yep. So then you've got to break even.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of taking full loss on the third touch. You're doing the third touch for what reason, do you think? And I know what the answer is, right? And it's got to do with psychology. What do you reckon it is?
I think for me it seems like cognitive bias because there's solid divergence.
What I think it is that you want the feeling of being comfortable, being sure of yourself. Yep. You want to be sure of what's going on. Okay. So I mean, eventually we got what we wanted. Yep. Little head and shoulders in here, right? And we're coming out from over here. See, this is SR up in here. Yep. So I think what we might have missed the boat in here. See how that's an extreme high, and that's an extreme high. We want to use those extreme highs as our SR. But first touch, okay, write that down, tattoo it to your forehead, right? We trade first touches because that's the first, because everybody else wants to step in on it as well. I mean, you're not the only person to think that that's SR. That's great, cool. It's reasonably steep. It's not going to come straight back. So the target was a bit ambitious. But also, if we've got a trend, we go with it. Always go with the trend. Trade the pullback. Wait for it to hit the SR. Wait for it to pull back. There's your SR in there for buying. Buy. Yep. Because it's so steep, right? It's always going to take a little bit more time to roll over. Where's our regression? Is our regression in here? Here we go. There we go. So that never told you. See how, the regression is telling you most of the story as well. Yep. That regression line's really good, isn't it? It really makes you hold on. So you see how that's a bearish engulfing? It comes back and touches the regression. That's a sell right there. That's where I would sell it. If that's moving up, I would just keep buying every time it touched the regression line until it made a lower high. Yeah? It forces you to go in the right direction, doesn't it? See how we've got it broken? It's turned green, it's come back and met it right there. So that's actually a long right there. Yeah. And there's an SR in there, that type of thing. I mean, that didn't quite hit the. It's pretty aggressive, wasn't it? It didn't quite get to the VWAP. But yeah, complete just wrong directions. Yeah, we've got to change that habit. Okay, number one, if you're going to trade SR, it's first touch. Okay, not second, not third. Forget about it. If it's hanging around, just don't come in late. With the regression line, okay, put your regression line. Do what the regression line says. Okay, if it's red, sell. Only think sells when it's red. Only think buys when it's green.
Yep.
Okay. Leave the regression line on there.
Okay.
When it punches through it with a big engulfing candle of some sort, wait, and then put an order or hold your mouse ready to buy or sell when it comes back to touch the regression line.
Yeah.
And you'll find that you'll be in the right direction. Okay? I want you to just do just those two things. Okay? Forget about all the rest. Okay? All right, so in this scenario here, bang, it's gone through. I'm just going to delete this. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's your buy in there. You could argue with me there's another buy in there, but there's definitely a buy there. So you get that little bit, okay? Then bam, goes red. Sell there. Yep. Okay, and then bam, bullish engulfing. Not quite turned yet, but now it's turned green. Buy there. Right there. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I want you just to try that.
Okay.
Just that. Okay. Believe, and you've got to just believe what the regression line's telling you. Okay. Now when the thing is, see how he has changed, right? You're going to get some of these are going to go wrong, right? But we'll find that this is all, it's all Asian session, right? So who cares? Let's just forget about Asian session. We're only going to do US. Okay. Oh, sorry, Euro. Okay. This one, perfect, right? Bam, sold here. But you sold here, but you could have sold there, right? And you see, you're in the right direction.
Yeah.
Double top as well. Yep. See, that one's correct as well, right? Even if this one was down in here like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Just let it really tell you. Be really patient. Let it really make it obvious and tell you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, you're in the right direction there as well. Okay, break even, perfect. You're going long here now. Yep. Goes through it, comes back, touches, buy. You mate. See how all the ones that you're winning are how I've just described it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I didn't use the regression line for it, but I can see.
Yeah, but you can see.
Other levels.
Don't be afraid to use the regression line, right? It might seem, well, this is too easy. What's going on? It's not meant to be this easy, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is, right? So, and then as we go on, we'll see, oh, okay, there's a double top, there's a floor in there. So then let's get ready for our bam. Hits the regression line. Yep. And then
Yeah.
go up. Keep going up. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's what we need to do, man.
Yeah. Okay.
You might be overcomplicating it a little bit. So you've gone short against a huge move,
Yeah.
and that's just suicide. So this is the 1 minute even. So I mean, like I do most of mine based on the 5 minute because I find the 5 minute works really well. I mean, look at that. That's like right on it. You wait, watch it all. It runs away from you. You feel you've got FOMO going on inside your head, pulls back, and then that's your trade. Yeah. We just got to watch out for ones like this where if you got your stop too close, right? If you get stopped out, then it ends up being a wick, a big wick. Then you
Yeah.
just enter again. So what's gonna nail you is when it starts going sideways like this.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but if we catch it early, like on the usually with the Euro Open, then we can expect a run over long term. We'll be able to get something out of it. I mean, this did pull down, right? So you could have had a reduced risk on that, right? Because you can see the candle, the wick. So yeah, bam, straight through, sell. Go through and have a look at what I've just described to you.
Yeah.
Okay, bullish or bearish engulfing candle, then pull back to the regression. Take that. It will usually work. It'll work 60% of the time, and the rest is just risk management.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's go back. Because there's what? How many trades? This is 1 week. 1, 2, 3,
15.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 11. You only did one here. Oh, you did one and you stopped because you got the winner and you didn't want to lose. Is that right?
No, I think there was just not enough momentum.
Okay.
That one came also after a long time.
Sometimes I get like this.
Yeah.
I get a behavioural error that I've worked on with myself is that if I've had average week or whatever it is, and I get my first trades 40 points or something like that, I'll tend to just go, okay, that's it. I just want to keep it for a day, right? Thank you God, just let me keep this one for one day. Makes me feel better when I come back the next day, right? But you may miss out on a couple other good trades during the night. So that's another behavioural, psychological hurdle that some of us need to get over. Just another comment. We last week we know that it was just a massive bull market. Okay, it's 4 hour. Yeah. So is this just like there's divergence in there? We've come off the bottom of the channel. Love that you've got these channels in here now, right? And this thing's just like flowing to the upside, right?
Yeah.
And then Friday, sideways.
Yeah.
Because it just wants to have a rest. It does. There's no sellers. Sellers don't really exist, so it's going to bounce between this. What is it? 200. Yep, 200, and that top channel, and it did it perfectly. Buy down here, sell up there. Yep. So from our last conversation, I do remember. Are you starting off on your 4 hour first?
Yeah, I am focusing more on 4 hour and 15
Okay.
minute.
All
So
right.
my SARs are also on 15 minute.
Okay. So on Friday, what was your thought pattern? And I know I've just told you what mine is. I should have asked you before I told you what mine is. But was your thought pattern this is going to be a sideways day? When you early in the night?
Not early in the night. I wasn't sure
What was going to
but
go?
I did know that there will be a lot of sideways move because of the trend line plus the SR
Yeah.
around here. I was also not sure if I was trying this correct, but I thought that this was turning into a AVC leg as well. not exact
Okay.
measurements.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that. I mean, like we all already know that.
Yeah, because the 382 was coming here, so I was sort of very close to that.
Yeah.
Where the C point
I
should be.
mean, the fact that you've drawn divergence on there is spot on, and we're coming off that 4600 level. I mean, that's a huge buy. What was that, Thursday? Oh no, that was at the start of the week. Yeah, that's a huge buy there, and everybody knew it. It's oversold. Tonight, I think we're just gonna still go sideways. We might pull back down just into here, this SR, if it does anything. But it might just keep bashing around. Let's see whether it breaks that upper trend line. But yeah, I mean, you could do Elliott wave on the smaller leg in there too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. A, B, and then the C would be. It just blew straight through it. That's the C right there, where we've got a movement in there.
Yeah.
That's the C point, right? So if we take a Fibonacci of that, that'll be the 382. No, 236 around there. Well, it actually that's interesting. Should be up there. But they just went straight through it. Look, that's a 618 as well of the whole leg up.
Yeah.
Oh, leg down, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, Elliott wave subjective. One person's opinion can be somebody else's. I don't really, I'm not heavily focused on Elliott wave, but I will, if I do count 5, I am looking for the 382 of the whole leg. That's all I'm really looking for on Elliott wave. I'm not, dead set, die hard Elliott wave guy. Because it is subjective.
I was doing this on the 1 minute chart, which was not ideal.
No, well, that's right. I mean, in my videos, I do say Elliott wave should really only be done down to an hour, 1 hour chart. Nothing less than that, because day traders just don't use it at all. But anyway, I mean, this count, that's a good count there. I mean, number 4, this 4 should actually be lower than that 1 if you're strict with the rules. But yeah, it does look like that's over. So this may come down for a C, like A, because that's the 382 there, right? So A, B, C to there maybe, and then start mucking around there. We don't know what's going to happen, right? But at least we know what the channel looks like. Everybody can see that for sure. Yeah. Okay, what else have we got? Yep, that was good. How far back have I gone? This is what, the 4th? Okay, so that we're getting what? Am I up to the 3rd? Is that the last trade, is it?
That's Saturday, yeah. I was just going through.
Okay, so that's this trade down here, is it?
No, that was the news trade, but this is the 3rd.
Oh, that's the news trade?
Yeah.
Oh, news and cover? Oh, this one's the news and cover.
Yeah.
So, cool. So you went, Euro USD, and this was non-farm, right?
Unemployment.
Unemployment for Canadian unemployment?
No, for US.
Which is NFP, non-farm payroll.
Yeah.
Right. Where's your Discord? Here it is. So, did you take these numbers? Did you use these numbers in your trade?
I did see the NFP.
Let's go back. Can you bring can you show me the NFP? Oh, sorry, your employment trade, and how you came about your decision making on it.
Sure. So I used the unemployment number
Right.
It was
Okay.
12.9, was just outside the point
Right. So you
five.
use the percentages. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
And then
and then
what was it? It
I
was
noticed that with this candle, the momentum was about like 100.3.
right.
And so
Close to
one,
1:1.
so
Okay.
yeah,
Right. And you had it all set up, ready
yeah,
to go in case it failed. And we were already down at, yeah. Okay. 106.50 ish. Okay. And you took it. Beautiful.
yeah,
You happy with that?
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because these the non-farms were, what is it? Consensus was 180. Yeah, that was right in the
Yeah,
middle here,
yeah.
right? So what's happened today? Has it pulled back or has it gone up? Because
I
I
haven't
haven't
checked
seen.
today, but it actually
Maybe
went higher than
it went up to
180 profit.
1618.
Yeah,
Okay, and that's the thing, I guess. You've got to get comfortable enough around it that if you want to do it, you may want to let it run sometimes.
yeah,
I'm just having a look at my charts here, mate. Just give me a sec. Yeah, it did. It went flying to the upside. Aussie went flying as well. Everything came up. Did it go all the way though? Kind of close to the 1618. Didn't quite get there though. It'll probably do it tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if we get to 108. I wouldn't be surprised if we get there. 108 looks good. But it did. It's come to 107.50. It's come to 107.50. You can't see what I'm doing on the screen, but it's come to 107.50. So I wouldn't be surprised if this, moves up into here, which is the 108 level. But anyway, okay, good. How many of these news trades have you got under your belt now?
Not a lot at this point.
Okay,
So,
are you liking it?
yeah, I mean it's working. There's only one where I made a mistake, but otherwise, sorry.
Okay,
Actually,
because I mean it's not a.
right now,
I mean there was one year that we got 100% strike rate on it, but it's not. I mean, there's no such thing as a flawless system, right?
yeah,
But if you think about how it's been put together, I mean, it's not a bad idea, right?
yeah, yeah,
You're looking for big shocks. You're looking for big moves. You're looking for momentum on the move. You're looking for where the street gets it wrong,
yeah,
like by a lot, and so therefore it's informing you on a quantitative level.
yeah, yeah,
But I've seen. I mean, there was twice this year where there was two in a row where it was a double stop out. So especially when you are doubling up on the cover,
mm-hmm.
it can sting pretty hard. You can wipe out 3 or 4 trades in it, right?
Yeah,
There's different strategies around it. That if you get wiped out on the cover, you can increase the size on the next opportunity to
yeah,
because you kind of try, and but you got to be careful not to get into that dollar cost averaging or that averaging ideology, because if you do get two in a row and you've increased your size, then that can turn into way too much, and then you just lose confidence in it, and and that's only 2 trades. But the win rate in it is around about that 85-90 level.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I encourage you to collect all the data so that you can get comfortable around it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am sort of starting to look at
Historically.
news and covers as well that go through the charts.
Yeah.
So I'm starting that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go back to your Whoops. Yep. Here. So going backwards. Okay, that's fine, right? But you've left this. You just let it run to your
Yeah,
stop.
I did notice
Where's your?
I ignored the double top that formed here later on.
Yeah, so that's a double top, and you've held your
Yeah,
stop all the way down to here.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah,
Yep, got to bring it up to this fractal, because if that is a double top and it breaks that neckline, bye bye, off it goes,
yeah.
right? And
And that's
that's an
something I noticed this week.
opportunity there where if you get stopped, you reverse it, bam.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep. So that's I think this one's um, a risk management error on your
yeah,
behalf.
yeah,
That's correct. That's correct. But it's just whippy, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I think I was getting better at closing trades when they're going against me, but last week,
Yeah. Did you? Yeah, have
I
you?
hesitated.
Is it
Yeah,
psychologically? Is that a hope thing
it
that's
is.
going on?
I think it is psychological.
Yeah.
With string of losses, I was just yeah,
Yeah. Crossing your fingers.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Yep. This one, that's like a flag. Yep.
yeah. It's more of a flag. I came in early, before it completed
Yeah,
fully on the
that's
open.
pretty hard to trade that. Yep. A B C D E. That's good that you waited. Did you count in there? That was just perfect.
I did.
Yep. That's great. But then for it to do that, that's just really annoying. So when that does happen, we've got to do that. Go like that, and then adjust this to here, to down there, like that.
It's a flag there.
Then it's a
Yeah,
flag, and then we trade that. Yep.
yeah.
But that's the end of the day, isn't it? No,
No, that's a US session
that's a
sign.
US issue. You've got a marker there. Okay,
Yeah,
you got that one right. That's good.
yeah.
Plus 45. That's nice.
That's a
Okay.
break even.
Yep.
So I think this is
Don't
something we
just
spoke about
just.
last time.
Yep. What's that?
When there's
High
a lot of
momentum.
momentum,
Yep.
the retrace will generally come
382 or the
between these two
236.
levels,
Yep.
closer to 382.
Yep.
So I certainly use that, but in
Yep.
this case,
Yep.
it reversed much
Yep.
sooner.
All right. So then we've got to and yeah. Well, at least you got the break even on it. Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
that's that there. I mean, look at the size of that. That's 1500,
yeah,
1514. And look how steep this is. That's crazy, right?
yeah, yeah,
To what's that? 100. So that's a big move. That's an 80-point move, right?
yeah,
So I'd be very careful about looking for too much on a pullback unless it makes a very clear, and obviously with the regression can help you, clear reversal pattern, because all of these, if this is bought all the way up here, everyone's looking to keep buying on the pullback. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's not going to come, as V shape. I mean, V shapes do happen, but not that often. So
yeah.
just assume that if you've got high momentum, it's going to keep going with that momentum.
I was only looking for 382
Yeah,
before the 382.
yeah, but I think that's a bit too
Yeah,
ambitious on
yeah,
that. I
yeah,
mean, there's good entry. It's a fantastic entry because it's the 100 level, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And this was how many? 31 points. Yeah, we might want to
31.
take
Yeah,
31.
yeah,
Maybe take what you can get out of that.
yeah.
Okay, but it's not. I mean, fine. You've got to break even. Okay, good. No worries.
I think this also coincided with this MA 200. Can you put 500? This blue line that we see
Ah,
here,
yeah.
this
Okay.
this line. So
Okay.
I use that as confluence.
This one up here.
Yeah, yeah. I think there was something. Maybe there was something else there.
No, well,
So
that's I
I
can't
didn't
see
make a
it.
note. Yeah,
We've got
yeah.
no. This is much later in the day, man.
It's much later. Okay. Yeah.
It's up
Maybe there
here.
was another trade that I was
Yeah.
taking. Yeah.
Yeah. Here it is. So it's there. It's this SR that you're coinciding with.
just this one.
Yep. So see how bullish that candle is? That's crazy bullish, right? That's a good buy in there. But that's 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I'd be very wary about looking for too much out of counter trend trading, something that vicious. Because I mean, it's been bullish all the way up. Yeah. Alright. Okay, double bottom. Came in early, but still got it. That's alright. Yep. Got that direction correct. That's awesome.
I
Good.
thought I was going to get break even on this one.
There's a VWAP, but yeah. Well, you know, it's pretty hard. Because I mean, you just, how does one manage it? You know what? You just sit there and just like let it do its thing, or do you actually go, oh, okay, I'm getting a wick in here or something like that. Should I take it off early, or we've got this regression line turns over, so then I'm going to take it off here, that type of thing. Because it could come back up very easily and just nip you out when you were already, 30 or 27, 25 points in front, right? Because that could have nipped you out very easily in there. Because that's not just another touch of VWAP, yeah. Head and shoulders, right? Okay. 618. D point.
Yeah, this first one, I just thought it was going to go against me. So I killed the trade, but obviously it did hit my initial
Yeah,
stop
well,
loss.
we now know what we're going to do in this situation here, right? We're going to wait for this regression and sell there. Yep. I'll be very interested to see what the difference is when you do what we've just spoken about. Okay, double, kind of a double top, lower high. That's a double top.
I actually didn't take that.
This one?
Trade.
Because that's going against the grain again there.
Yeah, because I had lost 3 there and I just wasn't sure if I was seeing it right.
Okay, all right. Of course, the one that you should have taken, you didn't take. Yeah, just going against the grain there, mate. Same with that one. Oh, we've spoken about this one, haven't we? Yeah. That was the first one. Okay, well, we've just spoken about most of them. I've given you some tips there of what to do.
Check out the regression.
Yeah, I think the regression works better on the 5 minute, but you can still use it on the 1 minute, especially when there's some volatility. Okay, what's going to get you is see how it's green there, and you think that's a buy. Okay, it's going to nip you there, right? Depending on how because it's going to turn over as well. But your losses should be very small. Should be, okay. But just have a good look at that regression and have a look at it again on the 5 minute as well, and just have a look at how long you actually have to wait, all right, until you get proper confirmation that you've turned over, okay? Because look, as this comes up, it's buying, and it's still buying, right? Still buying until you break that low in there, and then it's a sell, right? So, it's got some credence to that regression line.
I have been using it as a filter on the 5 minute, but
okay.
As an entry, so I'll check that out.
Yeah, check it out, man. Check it out for sure. Okay, so 2 things. If you're going to do SR first touch, if you find those flags as well, flags or pennants, things like that, I'm not a fan of trading breakouts on those guys, right? It's good to know that it's there, okay? It's good to know that, what's happening and you can do your count and all those sorts of things on it, but I don't really trade it, right? Because, more often than not, if you're trading a breakout of any type, it's like counter trend trading. You're just in the wrong direction. It's just not over yet, because if we're looking at it, if we got a nice pennant that's on a 1 minute chart, the 15-minute guys are only really just seeing half the story. Yep. So sometimes it's also good to see what does it look like on wider time frames. Yeah, is it just a 50% pullback? Yeah.
I've tried to trade those patterns on 1 minute chart. Most times I've got them wrong.
Yeah.
But when I've noticed them on a 5 minute chart, then I've used that as supporting information on 1 minute for other trades.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. All right, mate. We've got to turn this around because where is it? Nope. Where's your macros? I'll let you drive it. Okay, that win-loss ratio is, we can't have that. Okay. So if you do what I've asked you to do, it'll eliminate pretty much a third of them, even half of them. Okay. Okay, so psychological hurdle as well is if you do get a winning day, don't stop, keep going, right? All right, don't, because it could be a really nice day. You could get 3 massive winners in a row, and that just makes up for everything else. Yep. Okay. All right, buddy.
All right.
What else? Anything else? You in Melbourne? You're in Melbourne?
No, I'm in Sydney.
Sydney. Okay. So what do you do anything for the Melbourne Cup or?
No, nothing much.
Nothing much. Go to the pub. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to watch it at the pub. And that's it. All right. Okay. I'll upload this in a second.
Sounds good.
All right, babe.
Cheers, Richard.
See you, mate. Bye-bye.